there's this world on TikTok that I've debated whether I want to bring to YouTube or not. And today we are pulling the plug on Ashley Trevino, the inmate hopper who has created her own world on TikTok. Quite a toxic one, if you ask me. She, in my opinion, is a terrible mother and a terrible person, but I can't turn away. If you guys haven't seen Ash before on TikTok, after this video, you'll know everything you need to know about her. And I'm sure she's going to be too happy to see that I made a video about her, but she's known as an inmate hopper because what she does is she finds criminals online, some who have maybe unalived people or maybe others who have been charged with DV, and she starts a relationship with them, sending them money, answering their phone calls, and she seems to thrive in this space. As soon as the men get out of jail, they realize who she is and they don't want anything to do with her, but she's become part of this network of women who date inmates. It makes me think of like Gypsy Rose and the kind of men that would go after her. But Ashley Trevino's online journey has been turbulent. Despite amassing a considerable following on TikTok, her accounts have repeatedly been banned due to violations. Not surprised. Here's a clip of Ash so you guys can get an idea of what we're working with.
I'm an inmate hopper, of course I am. And guess what? If your boyfriend was in prison, I'd take him too, baby.
First off, if your boyfriend is in prison, he probably shouldn't be your boyfriend anymore. There are women like Ash out here who are ready to take him on. Her critics frequently call out her manipulative behavior, including faking pregnancies and neglecting her children, which is something I've seen time and time again when I've seen her pop up on my For You page. Such accusations have fueled public concern about the safety and welfare of her children and raised questions about her apparent lack of empathy. I mean, this woman confidently goes on live and she will brag about dating a man who had beat a woman, and she'll say, well, I'm not that woman, or, it's the woman's fault. It's really sick, and it makes me question who she was raised by. I mean, I know she doesn't have much connection to her family. I believe she spent Thanksgiving with a random follower of hers, and that speaks volumes to me. Now, Jess is one of Ash's former inmate boyfriends. He's become a central figure in her social media narrative. Ash heavily documented their relationship upon his release from prison, showcasing their reunion in a series of posts aimed at her growing audience. However, their relationship lasted only about 2 weeks before it fell apart, marking yet another tumultuous episode in Ash's life. And I don't know if I clarified this, but she's a TikTok live streamer. So you see like Jason Nash over here begging for likes and begging for gifts. She does the exact same thing. She's not like posting TikToks and getting famous this way. She's famous because I would even use the word famous, but she's known online because she's constantly live and we're watching her life fall apart in real time. Now, after her man Jesse moved on after getting out of prison and realizing who she was, she started a slew of lies to get attention online, claiming that she was pregnant by Jesse. The claim was later exposed as false when Ash went on to declare that she had undergone a procedure to remove the baby, which was also untrue. So how are you going to lie about not only being pregnant, but then going and having an abortion? Something that is so, one, difficult for a lot of women to do, especially in Texas nowadays, but two, something really, traumatizing and difficult to talk about, yet she can lie about it freely. Imagine this, you've been in an accident or someone you love has been seriously hurt. Suddenly you're facing a mountain of medical bills, paperwork, and insurance companies that don't want to pay what you deserve. Now, what if I told you there was a simple solution to this nightmare? Getting compensation when you are entitled to can be tricky, with many personal injury firms giving you the runaround, drowning you in paperwork and settling for less than what you deserve. But it doesn't have to be that way. This is where Morgan & Morgan steps in. As America's largest injury firm, they've modernized the entire process. With over 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, they have the resources to take on big insurance companies and give you the money you deserve. And trust me, they don't settle for low-ball offers. Just this year, they secured a $26 million settlement in Philadelphia, 40 times more than the highest insurance offer. And there are plenty more stories like that. You could just fill out a simple form in minutes. No appointments, no complicated paperwork. Everything is done from your phone. Plus, it's totally free unless you win. Morgan & Morgan makes the process easy and stress-free. You can head over to forthepeople.com/Sloan. You can also find that link in the description below to get started. Remember, the process is free unless you win. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Observers on social media platforms, particularly on Reddit, were quick to condemn Ash's actions. Many speculated that the fabricated pregnancy was a desperate ploy to maintain Jesse's attention and prevent him from moving on. And maybe Ash has a plan, so it seems like she's in control. But what I see is someone who is so mentally ill that they're manipulating the world and this person and all these other things to cope with some other trauma that she has in her past that I don't even think she really realizes is here, because the coping mechanisms, they're all red flags. The thing about Ash, I don't think she's, again, I don't think she's 22. I think anyone will comment below and be like, well, yeah, she's definitely in her mid-30s, because she's got some pretty grown children, and she does like to include them in her messiness, which I think is so unacceptable. It's so disgusting, and something that every single comment should call her out on, because the way that she talks to her daughters, not only is she like mean to them, like she rolls her eyes, she's like, oh, I have to feed you, and things like that, but she's including them in her social media mess, which they've never consented to. Now, the fake pregnancy incident only attracted more criticism, but also further solidified Ash's reputation as a figure driven by controversy. Here's a clip of Ash talking about the pregnancy rumors that I don't even understand. No one is asking her whether she's pregnant or not. She's literally like divulging this information, these lies, on her own free will, which again to me is a sign that she is mentally unwell.
I'm not gonna answer yes or no if I'm pregnant. That's not what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to wait. Y'all are not anybody important to me. So for me to just sit here and say, no, I'm not pregnant. Yes, I'm pregnant. Y'all are not important to me.
Now, Ash's personal life took an even darker turn when she started dating Francisco Montero. Keep in mind that Francisco is a convicted double murderer, so I don't think he's getting out anytime soon, and the way that she speaks about not only him, but his victims is so foul. Francisco is a 23-year-old gang member currently serving a 15-year prison sentence for the murders of 19-year-old Ivana and 13-year-old Elizabeth. Literally, this man not only unalived one woman, but unalived a 13-year-old girl. I mean, he's got a first-class ticket to hell, if you're asking me. These two young lives were tragically cut short in a brutal act of violence, with, it looks like, Francisco's DNA found on a shell casing at the crime scene. The severity of his crime and the age of the victims made Francisco's case particularly harrowing, drawing widespread attention to his criminal record. Now, despite there is clear evidence that this man Francisco is guilty, Ash has tried to garner attention by defending someone who is indefensible. Ash's relationship with Francisco is one of the shocking examples of her affinity for dating inmates. Even with full knowledge of Francisco's criminal past, she defends him, dismissing the overwhelming evidence against him and portraying him as innocent. Imagine if your 13-year-old daughter passed away and then you saw this heifer over here on TikTok talking about how the killer is innocent and how she loves him. Oh God, give me a break.
Ashley then moves on to date another inmate named Francisco Montero, I think, and he is in prison for murdering 2 teenage girls. Ashley would go live while on the phone with him, basically mocking the victims. She would constantly say how Francisco is innocent, he didn't do anything. Whenever people would mention the victims' names, he's like, they have nothing to do with me, I have nothing to do with those girls, I didn't know them. The victims' families would watch Ashley's live of her sitting there mocking their deaths, saying that Francisco is innocent, when keep in mind this man is literally in jail for life. He is literally guilty. He has been convicted. But Ashley was still out here screaming, my man, my man, my man, when her man also had a wife.
Now, because the victims' families saw this going on TikTok, they actually reached out to the prison and told them what's happening, which put a wrench in Ash's relationship with Francisco. The prison where Francisco is incarcerated became aware of his communications with Ash. In response, they reportedly implemented measures to prevent further contact between the two, recognizing the potential harmful influence of their continued relationship. These two inmates, Jesse and Francisco, they're not the only ones. Ash claims that she's dated about 30 inmates over the years. In a revealing statement, she said, I've married 2. I'm in a prison sister-wife relationship. I guess it's because I date inmates and my ex-boyfriend that came home is an inmate or an ex-inmate. And I wonder why she dates inmates. I think it's a sense of control. She knows where they are. She knows that they can't access other women. And she also recognizes that she's terrible to deal with. She's literally a nightmare. So the only kind of man that can put up with her is someone who can reach her through the phone, because once you're in the same room with her, you realize very quickly who she is, which is why she can only go for felons, men who unalive women and beat women, because no person with a right mind would want to be in a relationship with Ash Trevino. Sorry, sister.
You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? You really are. I swear. I've been with 30 inmates. Ruby! I swear. I'm not with no one, just with you, but I've already married two.
Now, Ash claims she's got a great reason for why she goes for inmates. She claimed the relationships with inmates allow her to form deeper emotional bonds, free from the superficiality she attributes to relationships with men in the free world. Okay, that's a reach. Quote, the way I see it is that guys in the free world only want one thing. In prison, you can actually build that bond with them. You could literally know them for who they are. Which I get it, maybe like... I don't know. I don't get it, actually. Nope, I don't. I mean, I can understand, like, yeah, you have time to talk on the phone. You don't have to get intimate. But, you know, there's something really off here. Really off. This perspective has fueled debates about the psychology and emotional factors driving her decisions. Some speculate that Ash's behavior stems from unresolved trauma, that's what I'm saying, or need for control. Again, that's what I'm saying. While others point to her eccentric lifestyle and online antics as evidence of a deeper mental health problem. Actually, I think I'll select D, all above. You have to also understand that I don't think the father is in their daughter's life. I'm not entirely sure when it comes to Ash's children what is going on there, but I can confidently say that this kind of influence from their mother, their own mother, can't be good. In one video, Ash actually explains that her inmate boyfriends had met her daughters in the past. So keep in mind, what do you think these kids are experiencing? I mean, at such a young age, with a mother like this and this kind of advice and these kind of behaviors, I can't imagine growing up in this environment could be healthy at any cost. I mean, I don't understand how CPS hasn't been involved.
My kids have never been around any of the inmates that I talked to. The only one that they were around, and it was in a public area, was Jesse when he came home. And that was only when we took him to go eat at Chili's. My kids don't talk to these people. My kids are not there. My kids don't meet these people. It's crazy because y'all sit there and y'all, well, her kids this, her kids that.
Let's talk about the children a little bit more, because I'll say it again, I am concerned for the well-being of her kids. Ash's frequent involvement with incarcerated individuals and her erratic behavior has raised alarms about the stability and safety of her home environment. Her actions, such as fake pregnancies, engaging in manipulative behavior, suggest a lack of emotional stability, which can affect her children. And her kids can see right through her antics. In one live stream, you could see her daughter asking Ash to get off of live because she's embarrassing her. And keep in mind, her kids are relatively grown. They know what social media is. They probably have people at school who watch her mother and the show, and it must be hard. My heart goes out to them. So here's her daughter.
I've already seen his beepee, and he's already seen my nunu. Okay?
Wait. Okay, so here's a live stream. I didn't mean to cut her off, but she just said I've already seen his pee-pee, and he's seen her nunu. Ew. Her nunu.
You need to get off later. You're saying stuff.
Here's her daughter asking her.
Okay, well.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Wait, also the fact that her daughter came in right after she said, yeah, I've seen his pee-pee, he's seen my nunu, and then the daughter walks in saying, hey, you need to get off live because you're saying inappropriate things. Wow. Who's the grown-up
The
here?
mods are.
You need to get off soon, okay?
You need to get off soon, okay? She's not even listening to her daughter. Look at her eyes. She's like blank stared. Oh, now she's yelling at her. Those are such bad eyelashes. I'm sorry. Now, another big problem when it comes to Ash is that I don't think she has a real job, yet she is more than happy to go and fund these inmates' lives. Another contentious aspect of Ash's relationships is her financial support for the inmates she dates. Critics suggest that these men may exploit her for monetary gain, further complicating the power dynamics in their relationship. Now, Ash has gone a lot bigger on social media, so she is making more money there. And I remember at one point there was a debate over the fact that she would not buy her children a dining room table to eat off of, yet she's more than happy to go spend a few $100s at the bar getting drunk. Ash's behavior extends beyond her inmates' relationships. Her social media content often highlights quirky and polarizing habits, such as her daily meals of top ramen paired with mozzarella sticks. Not the top ramen and the mozzarella sticks. Oh god, I probably could have predicted that was her diet just by watching her video for a couple of minutes. But it makes me also ask, where are the aunties? Where's the grandma? Where are these people wanting to step in and do better for her daughters. But I think that Ash is so incredibly toxic that she's pretty much burnt every bridge in her life, which is why she lives her life on TikTok lives. And even though she is making some money from TikTok, she continues to get banned, and there's definitely no stability there. Nor do I think anytime she makes money, she considers her children. I mean, the way that she speaks about her past employment says it all.
She's also very openly racist. Ashley used to work at a dental office, and the dental office got new ownership, and the owners were from India. And she's explaining on live why she quit, and she basically says that the owners were from India. And then she says, "I'm sorry, but I'm not working for no Indians." Also said the N-word many times on live. Many times. So have the people that she associates herself with, meaning her inmate, also that Eli guy she was on live with the other night. She also called someone a black B-word. I'm not sure what the context was behind that, but regardless of the context, she's gross.
So not only is she problematic, she's also got some racist tendencies. All of that paired with her begging her fans to send her money or to subscribe to her TikTok page just really paints a dark picture. And I can't imagine this social media career going on much longer.
What gifts do I need? I need the Flying Jets, work hard, play hard. I need the Party On and On, the Daddy Line, and the Universe. Those are the only 5 I need this week. Guys, I need at least 5K. If we don't get 5K on the board, I am not coming on tomorrow. And I am promising you all that.
Could you guys imagine watching your mother sit on TikTok live begging so that she could go and pay the bills? I mean, it's probably what exactly Jason Nash's children are going through too, watching their dad on TikTok live every day, just staring into the phone, asking for gifts and presents so that they can afford their lifestyle. Now, currently there is a petition. It's not a big petition. It only has a goal of 50 signatures, and it looks like they're halfway there, but it's to cancel Ash Trevino from Texas. I don't know, cancel from Texas or cancel her off of TikTok. I mean, it sounds like TikTok might be canceled sometime soon. But this petition writes, she has victim shamed multiple times. She said if someone is a victim of assault, they should have reported it within that same year. If not, it'll be considered false. She's a bigoted racist. She's made comments about certain ethnic groups, which we've spoken about. She went on live and has innuendo that she is doing intimate things online while her daughters are also online with thousands of people watching. She's the biggest bully and internet thug, and she's made fun of children with disabilities and other people's children. Yeah, terrible woman. Now, I've been traveling. I'll be getting back to the States sometime soon, actually in like 5 days from now, which feels like a long time. But you know, I've been seeing talk about TikTok being removed or banned. I want you guys to comment below. What is going on with that? Is TikTok really going to go away? I've reached out to some of my TikTok friends and they're like, yeah, it could be, but they're probably not. They probably will sell it. I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, if TikTok goes away, then what's going to happen to the Ash Trevinos of the world? Are they all going to come onto here, onto YouTube? I don't know. Are we going to welcome them onto YouTube? I can't imagine it, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? And if you have any other videos you want me to talk about, or topics you want me to cover, or any TikTok trends or TikTok people, I follow a lot of the drama. Everyone from Jay Gotlin to Nick the Conqueror to all of the cringe people. Tofia. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Tofia. She does follow me on TikTok, but yeah, it's an interesting world out there. Very different than YouTube, and I'm really thankful to be here with you guys. So thank you for supporting my channel, especially if you're still here watching this video. I love you so much, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.